After the capture of Avdiivka, the Russian army received a wide range of offensive capabilities and began to advance effectively in almost all directions of the front. Western and Ukrainian experts recognize that the fall of Avdiivka may become the main cause for the crushing defeat of the Kyiv authorities, as at time the fall of Stalingrad marked the crushing defeat of the Third Reich. And in order to avoid this, the West must take all necessary actions. Ukrainian and Western experts expressed the hope that the Russian army can still be stopped, but for this, the West must act more decisively. Meanwhile, on February 29, Major General of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, Dmitry Marchenko, officially stated that the main goal of the Russian army is to capture the entire southern coast of Ukraine. According to him, in 2024, the Russian army will attempt to cut Ukraine off the Black Sea. The Ukrainian general admitted that if the Russians manage to take control of the coastal cities of the Black Sea, then Ukraine will lose its export corridor, and the consequences for Kyiv will be catastrophic. Moreover, he also stated that the General Staff of the Armed Forces of the Russian Federation had allegedly already developed a plan to liberate the Nikolaev and Odessa regions and reach the border of the Transnistrian Republic by the Russian army. Commenting on the words of Major General Dmitry Marchenko, Ukrainian telegram channels openly acknowledged that if Kyiv loses access to the Black Sea, the West will finally abandon Ukraine, since without the Black Sea this Eastern European country has no strategic value for Western countries. The fact is that the capture of Avdiivka has proved that the Russian army can organize effective offensive actions even against the most powerful fortified areas. Many independent experts admit that after the fall of Avdiivka, no other Ukrainian city will be able to resist effectively the Russian army, and that the surrender of the Kyiv authorities is just a matter of time. Surprisingly, after the Russian army captured Avdiivka and gained the initiative on the battlefield, strange events began to occur in Transnistria. So, a few days ago, the Transnistrian authorities officially asked Russia for help, and called on Moscow to speed up the process of accession of this republic to the Russian Federation. According to them, the West began to arm Moldova, and forced the Chisinau authorities to arrange an economic blockade of Transnistria. According to the Russian permanent envoy to the Organization for Security and Cooperation in Europe, Alexander Lukashevich, the situation in the region is developing according to a very negative scenario. Moreover, he also called on the West to stop arming Moldova. Well, everything that is happening indicates that the West has decided to act ahead of the curve and not wait for the start of the battle for the coastal regions of Ukraine. Representatives of the Russian military intelligence claim that it is Britain that is pushing Moldovan authorities to launch a military operation in Transnistria, and that only thanks to the mined huge strategic ammunition depots located at the former Soviet military base in Transnistria, official Chisinau is still refusing to attack this republic. And indeed, if Moldova, with the support of the West, does invade Transnistria, the Russian army will be forced to cross the Dnieper and come to the aid of this republic, as a result of which Russian troops will lose a large number of manpower and heavy equipment. As a result, Moscow will have to abandon plans to liberate Odessa and Nikolaev for an indefinite period of time. The fact is that London is very satisfied with this scenario. In Britain, they are afraid that the Russians will launch their offensive against Kyiv this summer, bypassing Kharkiv, as a result of which the front will be stretched for 1,000 kilometers. This will force the Ukrainian High Military Command to withdraw its troops from the south and transfer them to the north, as a result of which the Russian army will easily capture Odessa and all other coastal cities. And Britain will forever lose the coastal regions of Ukraine, where London has poured tens of billions of dollars over the past 10 years. My friends, everything that's going on right now on the battlefield reminds me of a chess game. Opponents are constantly trying to force each other to make mistakes. At the same time, it is worth noting that Russia won the chess match for Avdiivka brilliantly, and received as the premier award not only the city itself, but also the initiative on the battlefield. Will Russia also be able to win the chess game for Odessa? Well, we will receive an answer to this question in the fall of 2024.